Careful handling window struts. He must have had an issue with window struts that he's reminding us when you go through here to be careful on them. My father collected model trains for nearly 70 years. I have in my possession 209 boxes filled with model trains and other antiques that I will inspect, inventory, and value. I will release videos of the process as I go. I hope you enjoy watching What's in the Box. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another exciting edition of What's in the Box. So I took about 2 weeks off. I was traveling on business, and I was selling a lot of stuff on eBay. And, you know, sad to say that a lot of the values that my dad had on these things aren't nearly working out as planned. Now, either he was wishful thinking with overvaluing some things like 5 years ago when he did this, or maybe the things are just not as valuable as we once thought. You could be flooding the market with these things as older gentlemen and ladies pass away and their kids get the items. They put them on the market, you know, either eBay or auction houses, and then there's so much stuff out there, it drives the prices down. So I'm not really sure what the issue is, but it looks like we're getting about 60 to 75% of the value that he put in his inventory software on the items. But not to be deterred, I still have about 180 something boxes to go through, so a whole bunch still. So have a box today right here. It's a newer box, but I know we're getting into some different items now. We've done a lot of F3s already, a lot of Fairbanks-Morse, some GP7s, GP9s. We have a lot of 027 stuff coming up. I'm not a real big fan of some of the 027 stuff because it's cheaply made, a lot of it, but some of it's pretty good. The Union Pacific pieces and things like that. But let's get started. Okay, turned on the box cam. Let's take a look what's inside. It looks like, I'm seeing right off the bat, looks like a Santa Fe. Oh, a 2333, which is the oldest, and a 2345. The Santa Fe F3, which is the second oldest of the F3s. The oldest is the New York Central, the 2333. Very odd. They had the same number. But the different, obviously, one's a Santa Fe road name, one's a New York Central road name, but both 2333s. So let's get going. Okay, item number one. I'm going to go right to the 2333 Santa Fe powered unit. Dual motor, heavy, like the New York Central. Manufactured, I think it was manufactured in 48 and 49. The New York Central was 1948 and 1949, but I'll have to check on that. Let's see what kind of shape this one's in. We've already sold 4 Santa Fe's. Yeah, this is very, very nice. Very heavy. Wow, look at that too. Unlike my father's New York Central 2333, which was so beat up, this one's in good condition. It's got the screens on top, as you see. All the port windows are still there. It looks good. That's a good-looking engine right there. 2333 powered unit, obviously not the original box. This is the original box, the 2334P. So it's an A, is it AB or AA configuration? I think it's double A, right? AA configuration like New York Central, but we'll see. But this is an original box. Wow, cool. But the powered unit does not have one. Yes, and there it is. The dummy unit. So it's an AA configuration. All the porthole windows are there. The wire screens on top are there. No horn damage, and it looks like no ladder damage. So it's in pretty good shape. Again, I'm not sure if this is 48, 49, or if it's later on. The reason I keep saying in 1948 and 1949, that is the years that the New York Central 2333 was made, which is the first F3. Okay, we have the 2345B unit. Okay, so this is going to be an ABA configuration on the Santa Fe. No, it's not. I take that back. I'm completely wrong. This is a Western Pacific B unit. So there's a 2345 in here. Look at the vents on that one. So this is an older F3 as well. So we have an AB Western Pacific in here. Very, very nice. Wow, so it looks like this is going to be a Western Pacific ABA configuration. The original box, 2345. This is nice. I had no idea he had this. We already sold one Western Pacific. I didn't know he had two. Was it 2367? I don't remember. I don't remember the model number. But we already sold one. So this is 2345. This is the dummy unit. This is going to be an A unit right here because we already saw the B. Wow, that's in real nice shape. Real pretty. You see, this one's a much better shape than the other one. I got to take a look at this piece. Hold on a second. Crush. Now, my father never restored anything, but this one almost looks restored. It's almost in too good a shape. Well, there's some dings on here, and I keep banging into the microphone. There's some dings on here, but it looks almost restored because it's in such great shape. 2345, especially the orange paint and the decal. Looks like a brand new decal on the front. So it may have been restored. I can't tell. I'll have to look at his notes and see. He may have also purchased it and not known it was restored. And this is the powered unit. And come to think of it, these boxes look very, very new also. They're like in perfect shape. Maybe he bought it from a dealer who really took good care of it or something. I don't know. So the 2345 powered unit is in here. And of course, we'll be selling these as well, both the Santa Fe and the Western Pacific. Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb. I am not an expert, but I am going to say this is either fully restored or partially restored because it looks way too good to be non-restored. I can't tell. But if you take a look at that, what great shape it's in. When I post it on eBay, you'll see the pictures, the high-resolution pictures, so you see how good it looks. Now we're going to go ahead and do box number 2. Get my box cam. Let's take a look. This box number is box number 8 in his collection. So I guess box number 8, it must be all right. 8 of 209. Okay. Let's take a look inside here. Okay, so it looks like we have, let me see what these decals say. A 54 Ballast Tamper track cleaning car, an executive inspection car, and another 2321 Lackawanna Fairbanks-Morse. So that's what I see on top. Let's get started. Going with the Fairbanks-Morse first. And it's not a maroon top, just a regular gray Lackawanna 2321. I just think these Fairbanks-Morse are incredible. One thing that really was a little depressing was how cheaply they went on trains.com, trainswithaz.com. They really did not. They went to the auction house and they didn't go for nearly what I thought they would. I was thinking easily over $1,000 each because I was going off my dad's value sheet, but they did not go for that at all. They went for about half that. So this one's got a little bit of wear on it, but it's still in great shape. Nothing wrong with the bottom either. No battery damage, but the Lackawanna 2321 Fairbanks-Morse. We already had one of these that we sold, and then we also had the maroon one as well. There was the maroon top Lackawanna. So next item, the Wabash GP7 2339. Let's take a look and see what's in here. Was there I guess there was a Wabash GP9. I forgot. It's not new. It's not a new item. I forgot what my GP9s were. I know I had Minneapolis, St. Louis, and I had a couple of Boston Mains. I do recall this one now. Oh, this is a GP7, not a GP9, right? GP7. Yes, GP7. GP7 and 9, there's no cap here on the top. So, yeah, that's an old item right there. It's in decent shape. I'm not sure if it's an 027 or O gauge engine, but it's a little cheaper made than some of the other ones. The next piece, this is what the Ballast Tamper track cleaning car. These things were always cool. These little miniature motorized units that used to zip around the board. They're cool. They're cool. They're probably worth about $100 each. I think I sold what was it? The Great Northern Plow for about 150 or so, as I recall. But let's take a look at this one. That's really cool. So it's got a track cleaning car. It actually carries the oil you would use to oil your engines. That's in really nice shape too. Really cool. Number 3927. That's in really good shape. Okay. And then the other one is the Ballast Tamper in the same box. No idea what the difference is, but we'll find out right now. The Ballast Tamper. I will find out what that is before I go ahead and list them. So, does that even run on a 3-rail track? It must, right? It seems like they're very, very close together, the wheels, but who knows? So the Ballast Tamper, what's this again? The Ballast Tamper and the track cleaning car, okay? 2 more little motorized units. The Executive Inspection Car and the Minneapolis and St. Louis Mine Transport. Let's take out the Executive Inspection Car. What is this? Is it actually a car that runs on on 3 rails? Let's see. It looks like a car. Let's keep that on there. Oh, it is. I remember seeing this. It's a little station wagon that runs on the tracks, and it's got the 3 rails on there. It's got for the middle. It's got the for the power. That's in pretty good shape too. Wow, that's cool. And it's not really in good shape. The front of it is coming off. The actual so is this supposed to be like? It's coming off, but decent. Number 68. And the next one is the Minneapolis and St. Louis Mine Transport. And my dad has a note on here. It says, careful window struts. So I guess the window struts must slide on this thing. So I better be careful when I take it out. Oh, the Mine Transport. Minneapolis and St. Louis. There's a rubber band in here. And it says, careful window struts. I see no window struts in there at all, unless they fell down somehow. But the Mine Transport. These are cool little cars. And again, as I said, the Great Northern was a fun one that we did sell. The Great Northern Snowplow. It was actually a snow blower. I'm sorry, a rotary snowplow. So the next one we're going to go through is going to be the Picatinny Arsenal Navy Yard. Let's take a look at this. All right, he's got a note in here again on old Westinghouse paper. Careful handling window struts. He must have had an issue with window struts that he's reminding us when you go through here to be careful on them. So we'll see. Take a look at the Navy Yard car first. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, that's a really cool color too. It looks like the Minneapolis St. Louis, the same exact body type, or pretty close, but it's blue instead of red and white. Navy Yard, New York, number 51. Minneapolis, St. Louis Mine Transport was number 56. But they're pretty close to being identical. Cool. I don't recall these things very much at all from when I was a kid. But it looks like he's had them for a long... Oh, we got one more in here. He's had them for a long time. All right, and this one is going to be 42 Picatinny Arsenal, which, as everyone knows, is located where? In New Jersey. Picatinny Arsenal, right off of Route 80 in New Jersey. I think it's still there, but I'm not sure. It used to be a, always Picatinny Arsenal, an armory. Yep, there it is. This one is different than the other ones. It doesn't have the little pieces in the middle, the little, I don't know if a stack, you'd call it a smokestack right there, like the blue one has. And it's, of course, Army Green, Picatinny Arsenal. Okay. And I'll be sure to put my father's note back in here. Careful handling window struts. Probably what he means is when you pick up the engines, you don't put your finger right in the window area, because if you do, you're going to knock that piece of plastic inside, and then you can't get it anymore. Or you got to take apart the engine to get it. All right, one more box of these little miniature ones, and they're identical. Number 50 gang car. Number 50 gang car. My glasses are fogging up. The number 50 gang car. He's got 2 of them. I recall this as well. This is a bumpered car, right? Yeah, so actually you put it on a track with a bumper at both ends like you would the trolley. And Lionel made one of those. But it runs back and forth, and when it hits the bumper at the end, bam, it hits this. It goes back the other way, hits the bumper on this end, so it just goes back and forth on a straight track. And he's got 2 of these. There's one. And here is number 2. 2 gang cars. Both in pretty good shape. And we're on down to the last piece in this box now. So 2 boxes worth, the last piece coming up. It's the 2350 New Haven electric engine. This is a pretty engine. Now, is this the New Haven color pattern that matches the F3, which is like the white, the black, and the orange blotches? Or is it the New Haven with the stripe on it? I think it's the stripe New Haven, right? It's like orange and black with a stripe. We'll see, I'm guessing now, but I remember this, I think, as a kid. Let's take a look and see. But both pantographs are in here, which is good. It looks like the stripe. It's the same color. Okay, it's the same color scheme as the F3, but it's got the stripes across, the orange, white, and black stripes on the New Haven instead of those little squares that the F3 has. That's in pretty good shape, too. Number 2350, New Haven electric engine. Yeah, this has not been restored. It's dinged up a little bit. The 2 pantographs are here, too, so that's in decent shape. So, wow. Pretty interesting boxes. I like all those little itty-bitty, or those itty-bitty. I like those little miniaturized units. They're pretty cool to look at. So, all right, I'm going to line this stuff up now and give it some value. Stay tuned. Okay, so we have some really cool and interesting stuff in these 2 boxes. I'm going to start on the left. I'm going to go over here with the 2345 Western Pacific. I am going to go ahead and say I think it's restored. I don't know if my father knew it was restored. I think he would have, but I have to look at the notes and see because the orange is just perfect and the decals look right. It's a great looking engine, but of course, if it's restored, it's not worth as much. We have the 2339 Wabash GP7 over here. We have the 2333 Santa Fe, same model number as the 2333 New York Central. Not sure if it's made in 48 and 49 like the New York Central. We have the New Haven 2350 electric engine in pretty good shape with both pantographs. I like the color scheme a lot, like the color pattern a lot. We have the 2321 Lackawanna. I'm going to say that's in good to very good condition. I'll have to see what it looks like on my father's inventory list. We have 2 gang cars right there and there. We have the Ballast Tamper over here. We have the track cleaning car. We have the Minneapolis and St. Louis mine transport. We have the Navy Yard, New York car, or operating unit. We have the Picatinny Arsenal operating unit right here. And then we have the executive car, and the executive car has the dashboard, it's falling off right there. The front bumper's falling off. So that's what we have. So interesting stuff. I'm going to go through and value it all. You're going to know what it's worth right now. Again, I'm not going to change the valuing the way I do valuing. I'm just going to go ahead and do whatever he's got on there, knowing full well it's overvalued by, 30, 40%. But I have to be consistent. I'm on episode number 16 or 17 now, so I'm going to stay consistent with what he had on his list. And we'll go from there, knowing I'm going to get less when I start to sell it at auction. So that's where we are. Appreciate you guys watching again. Have a good day.